Warning, beard lovers, this video is going to be a bit morbid because I'm going to be talking about death. If you'd like to watch something less bid, click here to watch 3 minutes of me dancing. Then you might want to come back, because at that point you will probably want to die.
WheezyWaiter!
Let's face it, humans die all the time, guys. We can't get enough of it. It is super popular. You are almost as statistically likely to die as to watch the Gangnam Style video. But you know what? I don't care if it's popular. I do what I want. I'm not gonna just die because everyone else is. If everyone jumped off a bridge, would you? Thing is, though, at this point, I don't have a choice. It's inevitable. I will watch Gangnam Style. I'll also probably die, too. But how will I die? How will you die? So whenever there's something tragic in the news, like a plane crash or something, I reflect on how awful that is for everyone involved, but then I do what any self-respecting narcissist would do. I think about myself. I did this recently, and I was led down a dark internet path on which I was looking up the odds of different ways humans die. And I came across a good 2011 list by the National Safety Council. And some of the results are quite shocking, especially the getting struck by lightning bit. Serious. Now, obviously, these items on this list are very situational and depend on how each individual lives their lives. Like, if I only swim in Lake Michigan, it's highly unlikely I'll be eaten by a shark. Only ways I can think of are if a barge floats by me carrying sharks and explodes on me, or there's an illegal sushi place that serves very, very, very fresh shark. But I wouldn't order that, guys. Come on, who do you think I am? I'd order the narwhal. Anyway, these odds that I'll be rattling off assume that all ways of dying are completely equal, regardless of the individual. It's also the odds over a whole lifetime, not any one moment. And it's also the odds of dying in the US. So, at the bottom of the National Safety Council's list of odds of ways of dying in the United States, you have a 1 in 169,000 chance of getting struck by lightning. It's a little lower for me because of my cat-like reflexes. Whoa! Did you see that? I almost got hit by lightning. Whoa. Wow. Amazing. Whoa. Speaking of cats, lions weren't on the list, but according to another list by the Florida Museum of Natural History, the odds of getting killed by a mountain lion in the United States are 1 in 6 million. If I said that was a likely way of dying, I would be not being truthful. Odds of dying in a train crash, 1 in 156,000. That's pretty low, but it didn't stop one guy from making the most of his time by blaring Neil Young from a loudspeaker on the train. Further up the list, you have a 1 in 127,000 chance of being legally executed. You have a better chance of being legally executed than dying in a train. Don't do crime. Now, one of the things I'm actually a little afraid of, no matter how illogical, is a bit further up the list. You have a 1 in 8,000 chance of dying from air or space travel. I think it'd be a 100% chance if I were traveling in space. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm in space! Dies. You know what you're more likely to die from in the United States than a plane crash? Firearm discharge. 1 in 6,700 chance. Again, cat-like reflexes. Whoa. It's real shooty in here. I think they must have meant accidental firearm discharge, because if I move further up the list, there's firearm assault. And that's 1 in 358. Wow. One of the most surprising things on the list for me is number 5. You have a 1 in 112 chance of dying in a car crash. Those people behind me? Brave souls. There goes a brave soul right there. Wow, super brave. And still, I'm more afraid of being in a plane than in a car. I am such a stupid dumb. Number 3 on the list is quite unfortunate. You have a 1 in 100 chance of dying from self-harm. That's very high, but maybe we can do something about it. If you think that you or someone you know could use some help, I'm putting some links to some resources in the doobly-doo. Number 2 on the list is chronic lower respiratory disease, which will affect 1 in 28 people. And number 1, you are most likely to die with a 1 in 7 chance in the United States of heart disease or cancer. So there you have it. That's the breakdown of the most likely ways to die. So, what do we do with this information? Well, according to the National Blood, Heart, and Lung Association, Heart, Blood, Lung, and Heart, Blood, and Lung Institute. It wasn't an association at all. Ways to avoid heart failure include many things you've probably heard before. Have a healthy diet. You know, I think I'll decline third dessert today. Quitting smoking if you smoke. If you don't smoke, double quit. If you're overweight, consider a reasonable weight loss plan. Be physically active. If that means getting up and away from WheezyWaiter videos every once in a while, just get your headphones and listen to WheezyWaiter videos as you walk around. Maybe to another room where there's another screen with WheezyWaiter playing in it. Maybe just walk back and forth between WheezyWaiter rooms. And being physically active will give you cat-like reflexes like me. Whoa! Is there an illegal sushi place near here? As for the other ways of dying on the list, which are mostly accidental, I guess be smart. Do research if you're going to engage in something potentially dangerous. I'm not going to say you should just stay holed up in your home. By the way, 4th on the list, you have a 1 in 109 chance of dying from being poisoned by noxious substances, which could happen in the home. It's pretty obvious that our time here is limited. Let's make the most of it. Let's not let fear be our guide. Whoa! Maybe take a trip, have new experiences, maybe in the town you already live, with people you love. Oh, hey, I don't know you and you're definitely not my fiance already, but will you marry me?
Okay.
Let's go to the John Hancock building and celebrate.
Okay.
Not a euphemism.
Okay.
So let's enjoy life. What's your name?
China.
Like the country?
WheezyWaiter.
How to drink in a sassy manner.